Hi, this is Brandon from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Cambered bar good morning. This is a great low back glute hamstring exercise aimed at improving your squat and your deadlift. Now the cambered bar is a unique piece of equipment, really common with powerlifters and strength sport athletes. And it's got this giant camber where the weight is hanging down here while this part of the bar is on our back. So what happens is the bar has a little bit of oscillatory effect to it. But what the unique thing is with the good morning, as we go down, the weight continues to shift further in front of us, making the bottom part even harder than it already is. And then as we stand up, then it comes back towards the midline or the center part of our body, and then makes it a little bit easier. So the one reason I think a lot of people like this exercise is, one, it taxes the bottom part really hard. So if you're looking to try to build some strength, some power, improve your starting position in your deadlift, this is a fantastic exercise. It also teaches your back to be good and strong to handle heavy loads for the squat. And the third thing is it's actually relatively comfortable. With your hands down here, and as you go to do the good morning, you don't have to worry about your hands being up here while you do it. So it does have some nice benefits, and it is a pretty challenging exercise. This bar does weigh more than a standard power bar or squat bar even, so keep that in mind when you do it. And it is going to throw you around a little bit. So to do this really heavy, it's going to be challenging for sure. However, I do think it will help your deadlift. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to get underneath the bar, just like we're going to squat. Okay? We're going to put it on our bar position of choice. That can be down here or up here. That's all personal preference. Then what we're going to do is we're going to unrack the weight, briefly walk out, put our feet in our deadlift stance. So, if you're sumo, you can do sumo. More likely, you're going to use a conventional base stance, because if you're a really big guy getting wide out here, you don't want this thing hitting you by any means. Honestly, just a nice, moderate, conventional stance is going to work well for most people. Then what you're going to do with that bar up on your rear delts and your upper back, you're going to take a big breath into your belly, brace hard, soft knees, feel your heels. You're going to push your hips back, keep your back good and flat, and then bring your hips forward. So notice how when I go down, that part of the bar stays forward. And as I come back, it's wanting to come back towards me. Just like that. So when it comes to performing this exercise, couple key points. One, keep your back neutral, flat as much as possible. You don't want to let it round. That's going to put you in a bad position, possible risk of injury. That's just not an ideal place to train. We don't want to build bad movement patterns. We want to use exercises to reinforce movement patterns so that we can be strong in those positions. The next thing is, when it comes to doing this, I don't think this is a great max effort exercise. I know Westside has popularized heavy good mornings for eons. However, in my opinion, I think they're better served as supplemental-based exercises. Save your heavy stuff for your squats and your deadlifts. Use an exercise like this that has no direct specificity, because you don't just hinge a squat or hinge a deadlift. There's a bit of a hybrid of both. Use this exercise to develop your glutes, hamstrings, your low back for those exercises with the repetition method, using about 6 to 10 reps per set for about 2 to 4 sets, and then keeping a little bit of weight in the tank. I wouldn't personally go all out on exercise like this. Leave a little bit in you. There's always going to be more there, and just maintain your technique and improve your positioning. And as that positioning improves, your lifts will improve as you build those glutes, hamstrings, and low back. So again, 3, 4 sets, maybe 8 to 10 reps on the high end, 6 to 8 reps on the lower end. And then I think you'll find your deadlift will improve, and your squat as well over time. If you got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.